When asked to name his all-Negro Leagues team, the legendary Oscar Charleston, arguably the greatest center fielder to ever play this game, named 3 Negro League legends: Martin Vehigo, Cristobal Torriente, and Herbert Rap Dixon. Dixon is a name that is not a household name. Oh, but it should be. Dynamic center fielder. Although he played all 3 outfield positions, he had the entire package. He played on some of the greatest Negro League teams of all time, beginning his career with the Harrisburg Giants, but also playing for the Chicago American Giants and teams like the Pittsburgh Crawfors, and having a litany of Hall of Fame teammates such as Satchel Paige and Cool Papa Bell and Charleston himself. Although Dixon is not in the National Baseball Hall of Fame, he should be, having been part of one of the greatest outfields in baseball history: Oscar Charleston, Fat Jenkins, and of course, Herbert Rap Dixon. It was coined the $1 million outfield. Rap Dixon, one of the great nicknames ever for a baseball player. He earned that nickname, and while there's been variations, I like the one that was offered by Chester Washington, the great sports writer, who said that Rap hits the old apple to the same degree of which made William Tell famous. Rap rapped out a lot of hits over a tremendous Negro Leagues career. He still holds what would be now considered a major league record: 14 consecutive hits. Yes, you heard me. 14 hits in a row. Well, he got 8 of them in a doubleheader, and that is a mark that will be difficult to challenge for years to come. Rap Dixon was also part of an epic barnstorming tour that literally saw him jump ship from the Negro Leagues to take a ship to Japan. Yes, you heard me right. A team called the Philadelphia Royal Giants would venture over to Japan in 1927, where they would play a 24-game exhibition series, and they go 23-1 on that tour. It was a tremendous goodwill tour. The Japanese players and fans absolutely fell in love with those players from the Philadelphia Royal Giants. And that is why that tour is so much credited with having ignited the flame that is professional baseball in Japan today. Perhaps it does not happen without Rap Dixon and his comrades' initial tour to Japan to spread baseball goodwill. Rap Dixon was a superb hitter, as his name would suggest, who combined power while hitting for average. As a kid, he was accustomed to throwing steel billets at a steel company that a lot of people attributed it to the strength in his right arm, and he had a cannon for a throwing arm. The great Major League manager John McGraw summed up the ability of Herbert Rap Dixon in this way, basically saying if Rap Dixon had been of lighter skin, he could have passed him off as a Cuban, and the National League would have had a new bona fide star. In 1929, as a member of the Baltimore Black Sox, Rap Dixon did virtually everything except sell popcorn at the concession stand. He led the team in hits, batting average, RBIs, home runs, stolen bases in an incredible historic season. Rap Dixon also holds the distinction of having participated in the first ever Negro Leagues game held in venerable Yankee Stadium, 1930. The Lincoln Giants versus the Baltimore Black Sox. And Herbert Dixon responded to Yankee Stadium quite well. In a doubleheader, he hit a home run in the first game, and he followed it up with 2 home runs in the second game. Herbert Rap Dixon one of the greatest unknown superstars to ever play this game. But of course, that is the plight of the Negro Leagues. This league was filled with great stars, and Herbert Dixon was one of those great unknown stars. A player who had a penchant for the dramatics. The stage was never too bright. He played with and against some of the greatest of all time, many of them who are Hall of Famers. He was one of the greatest outfielders in the United States. Five-tool guy who did everything, would go on to manage in the Negro Leagues, and yet his life was cut short, dying at a young age. But Rap Dixon left a legacy of greatness that we're excited to share.